So now the race continues. The race for the relegation battle, the race for the top four, and the race for who is going to clinch the Premier League trophy. So much to dissect, so much to talk about, so much is happening in the Premier League. At the top, at the middle, at the bottom, it is all happening. The Premier League is as competitive as ever. You cannot afford to miss this weekend action. Join me, let's discuss what is going on in the Premier League this weekend. Let's go. Welcome to Football Madness. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, remember to share this. Now let's go have some fun. Let's go. Back again to another week of Premier League review and preview show. We are back for another transcending, another dynamic episode. So much to discuss, so much to talk about, so much is happening in the world of Premier League this weekend. You cannot afford to miss this weekend actions. Guys, if you are just coming across the Football Madness platform for the first time, you are absolutely welcome to this platform. We discuss all footballing topics concerning the Premier League with a little bit of humor, a little bit of banter. We mix it all up and we serve it all out. Guys, we are having a blast here. Continue to share, continue to like, continue to share, continue to like. Guys, please let me know what your opinions are in the comment section. Let me know. We'll keep the conversation going. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Guys, please continue to share, continue to like. We are continuing to growing. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Guys, there is so much happening in the world of Premier League this weekend. So much to discuss. So much is happening. This past weekend, we saw what happened. Arsenal destroyed Tottenham. Liverpool narrow escaped against Nottingham Forest. Chelsea dropped points. Oh, so much is happening. Burnley gave Chelsea a game because Chelsea refused to capitalize on their chances. So much happened this past weekend, and you all saw it played out. Manchester City defeated Newcastle. It was a close game, but they managed to pick up maximum 3 points. So much happened this past weekend. So we are going into Matchweek 28. This is going to be an interesting one this weekend. So much is going to happen this weekend. Guys, grab your popcorn, grab your drink. You are going to enjoy watching these games. For the first game we'll have on our list this weekend, we have the game between Liverpool and West Ham United. West Ham, last recent weeks, they've been finding ways to pick up points. They are trying to crawl their way out of the relegation battle, which they found themselves. Right now, they are still right there, seated at the 18th place in the Premier League table. They are chasing Tottenham and Nottingham Forest that is right above them. The gap is not that much. I think it's like a 4-point gap that is separating those three teams. So the race is still on. There is still about 11 games to be played, about 10 games now. So much is happening, so much is going on. These teams can still capitalize on these last few games that are rolling in. So West Ham is not going to be an easy one for Liverpool. Liverpool have been chasing Manchester United and Chelsea for the top four race. So Liverpool cannot afford to drop any more points. Every point is important, every point is crucial, and every point matters. I'm telling you guys, every single point matters. Going forward, Liverpool into this game, Liverpool have to make sure that they capitalize on their momentum. They've won their last few games. They need to continue to roll those dice, continue to put under effort, and find ways to pick up maximum points. Against Nottingham Forest, that was close. That could have easily gone that could have easily become a draw. It could have easily gone Nottingham Forest side. Nottingham Forest had their chances, they missed it. Liverpool looked like they were not there to play football, especially in the first half. They lost possession time and time again. They could not complete 5-6 passes in consecutive sequence. They were just there. Like they did not practice. They had a whole week to prepare for that game. And they showed up like they could care less. They showed up like they do not know why they were there. But going forward against West Ham, this is going to be played at Anfield. I believe the home field advantage is going to favor Liverpool, and it's going to give Liverpool the cutting edge that they need to pick up maximum point against West Ham. West Ham is not going to be an easy side. West Ham have everything to fight for, same as Liverpool. So this is going to make up for an entertaining game. If you're a neutral fan, you are going to enjoy watching this game. If you're a Liverpool fan, you are going to enjoy watching this game. I tip Liverpool to win this game. I think Liverpool is going to have the edge over West Ham, but it's going to be an interesting one. You do not want to miss these actions. You do not want to miss this game. The key to victory for Liverpool against West Ham, first thing first, is going to be Liverpool defense. Liverpool have to find ways to keep a clean sheet. Once Liverpool can keep a clean sheet and they can find a way to make sure that West Ham does not have any chance, they do not give anything away, they will keep themselves in that game and they will find a way to pick up maximum point. But the first thing first is clean sheet. Liverpool have to be defensively solid. They have to defend as a team, and they have to make sure that their concentration is locked in for 90 minutes. Once your defense is solid, the likes of Konate, the likes of Van Dijk, they can marshal that defense and give themselves a chance in that game. The secondary key to victory for Liverpool in a game like this against West Ham has to be their offensive line. We saw against Nottingham Forest last week, Liverpool did not create a lot of chances. Liverpool did not look like they know what they were doing. The attacking line was pretty much useless. So going forward in this game against West Ham, the attacking players have to step up. The likes of Gakpo, the likes of Salah, they have to step up. They have no choice but to step up. The game they played last weekend, they need to put it in their rear view mirror and look away from it and look onto this game. This game will be nowhere to hide. This is where you have to set your stamp. You have to stamp yourself in this game. You cannot let games like this go. 3 points is crucial. 3 points is important in games like this. So the offensive line have to take their chances. The midfielders have to make sure that chances are being created. You cannot keep relying on miracle, on individual brilliance week in, week out. And also, you have to take your own share part of the blame. You had one whole week to prepare for Nottingham Forest, but that gameplay against Nottingham Forest looked like you were on vacation for the entire week. So this is an opportunity to capitalize. This is an opportunity to pick up maximum points. Do not miss out on this opportunity. I think this game is going to be an interesting one for neutral fan, for the Liverpool fan. West Ham fan probably not that much, but I think you guys are going to enjoy watching this game. So this is going to be an interesting weekend for Liverpool. I look forward to seeing how this game plays out. It's going to be a good one. For the next game we'll have on our list, we'll have the game between Leeds United and Manchester City. This is a really interesting one because Leeds United is a side that you cannot predict what they are going to give you. But one thing is for sure with Leeds, they are going to show up. They are going to give you maximum energy. They are not going to cheat you. They are going to show up and they are going to fight for 90 minutes. Yes, they can be defeated. Yes, you can take 3 points away from them. But I promise you, it's not going to be an easy 3 points. This is a side that know what they want to do. They know how they want to play and they are going to be trying to execute. They score different type of way. They score on the counter attack. They score via set piece. They can capitalize in so many ways. So Manchester City need to be wary of that. Manchester City is a side that is chasing Arsenal right now with everything they've got. So they have something on the line. They have to make sure they pick up maximum points. They cannot afford to drop any more points. So in a game like this against Leeds United is going to be a threat to Manchester City. I am telling you, they are going to be a threat to Manchester City. It's up to Manchester City to go out there and neutralize the threat. The ball lies in Manchester City court. This is going to be an interesting game. If Manchester City don't show up, maximum concentration, maximum focus, maximum energy, they will blame themselves. This game is crucial. This game is important. There will be no excuses. There will be nowhere to hide. You have to show up. In the Premier League right now, if you don't show up, you can show up last week, does not mean you will not show up next week. No, you have to show up week in, week out. If you want to be consistent, if you want to pick up points consistently, you have to show up. Premier League is an unforgiving league. I'm telling you, it is not what you've done. What about you? What did you do for me last week? What did you do for me last week? No, it's what are you doing for me this week, here and now. That is how Premier League is played. So Manchester City, we saw them last weekend against Newcastle. Great game. The important 3 points, they find a way to pick up that maximum point. They need to build their momentum. They need to capitalize now. Now they need to go into this game with that same energy, that same focus, and they need to make sure they capitalize. We saw Haaland turning himself to a creator, creating that chance for O'Reilly. It was really interesting to see. So this side now, we will start seeing Haaland the creator. Hey, this is going to be an interesting one because we've already known Haaland as the gunman, Haaland as the striker, Haaland as the finisher. Now, once we start seeing Haaland as the creator, hey, this is going to be an interesting one. Oh. This race is going to be entertaining. I am enjoying every week of the Premier League. This is good for the viewers. I am enjoying it. There is so much happening, I'm telling you guys. So going forward into this weekend game, first thing first for Manchester City, their midfield, they gave so much of the ball away. It gave like they They were not dialed in as much as they should against Newcastle. They need to rectify that. You against Leeds United, you need to be focused. Leeds is a side that can score from any angle. You will not know when the ball hits your net. They will just catch you on the counter attack. They will surprise you from a set piece, corner kick, free kick. I'm telling you, this side, you need to be laser focused when you play them. And even if you are up by 2-0 against Leeds, the game is not over. I'm telling you. You can ask Chelsea, you can ask Liverpool, you can ask this side that have played lead. I'm telling you, this team does not give up. This team does not know when to stop. You have to be dialed in for 90 minutes. So the midfield is going to be the key to victory for Manchester City. They have to make sure they dominate that midfield. They have to make sure that they push Leeds United back and make sure that Leeds United do not have enough chances to attack them or cause any damages to them. I'm telling you. But that is what Manchester City have to do in this game. If they are to win this game, their midfield has to be the key to victory. The midfield has to set the tempo. The midfield have to create chances for Haaland, and Haaland has to deliver. Haaland has to score. I'm telling you, once Manchester City get it going, it's hard. It's very, very difficult to stop them. And we are beginning to see that they are beginning to pick up momentum. Lately, we've seen them. They've won like 4 out of their last 5 games. They only drew 1. They are undefeated in their last 5. So Manchester City is beginning to pick up momentum. They won their last 3 games. So I'm telling you, the ball is beginning to roll, and you do not want to get caught up in these games. Pick up your maximum points, win the games, and keep it moving. That is what Manchester City have to do. The secondary key to victory is going to be the offensive line. They have to take their chances. They did not create enough chances against Newcastle because, yes, it's Newcastle, and Newcastle is not an easy side. But going forward into this game against Leeds, you do not want to make the same mistake. You need to create enough chances, and you need to take them. You have to take them. Take those chances. That is how Premier League is unforgiving. I am telling you. The one thing we will say when we watch Manchester City in their last 3 games is the way that Pep Guardiola is beginning to tweak the attacking line. He's discovering new ways of playing these attacking players and different ways of getting goals. And this is going to make him dangerous in this last 10 games of the Premier League. We need to watch out for that. Pep Guardiola is finding a different ways to score goals. You've seen Haaland. Haaland is beginning to drift wide, putting in crosses. You are seeing the way he's using Semenyo. 1 minute you see Semenyo on the right, 1 minute you see Semenyo on the left. Another minute you see him dropping into the midfield. So you are going to be watching those tweak. You see the way O'Reilly is moving. I'm telling you, when he wants to use Omar Mamouche, the way he attack with Omar, you are going to be seeing these dynamic changes. He is changing his attack gradually, and is finding ways to score goals. So that is going to be crucial for Manchester City. But I think Manchester City is going to have the edge in this game, and it's going to make for an interesting watch. If you're a neutral fan, grab your popcorn, grab your drink. You are going to enjoy watching this game this weekend. It's really going to be a good one. For the next game we'll have on our list, we'll have the game between Manchester United and Crystal Palace. At some point in the Premier League, the PGMOL, they have to find a way to regulate these corner kicks. It's getting out of hand. Manchester United versus Everton, the game that was played on Monday. This game would have made for a good game if not for the nonsense corner kick style that Everton was deploying. It was terrible to watch. It was so when Arsenal was doing this, and now majority of the team in the Premier League is beginning to take the same thing. They are beginning to take this corner kick the same way. This is not good for the league. It's terrible to watch. This is not WWE. This is not Royal Rumble. You cannot just go and push the goalkeeper into the net, push everyone into the net and hope the ball roll into the net. This is terrible, and Premier League need to find a way to regulate this. Call free kick every time this is happening. Just call it free kick and they will stop it. You cannot play set piece like this. This is terrible. Premier League has to find a way to regulate this, especially going forward into next season, because if they don't find a way to regulate this, they don't find a way to stop this, next season all we are going to be seeing is every single player will be standing right in front of the goalkeeper and pushing the ball into the net. Because I'm telling you, you think this is bad now, wait till next season when everyone in the league start doing it. I'm telling you, Premier League have to find a way to regulate this going forward into next season. It has to be stopped. Everton was doing it, and they were doing it like their life depend on it. 10 set piece, and they were ready to push both Manchester United defenders, both the goalkeeper, both the football. They are ready to push everything into the net. This is terrible to watch. I'm telling you, PGMOL, you have to regulate this set piece, especially this corner kick. You have to break. We cannot keep going forward like this into next season. No, they have to stop this. It's terrible to watch. for a high-end league, a league that spends so much money broadcasting all these games across all the world, and this is what we are getting. No, this is not good enough, and it has to be fixed. We have to find a way to fix it. But going forward into this game against Crystal Palace, is a side that have not been consistent this season. Yes, they sold a lot of key players. They are still trying to repackage themselves again for the rest of the games that are left for the rest of the season. But this side they've not been consistent enough this season. 1 minute they are doing well, and the next minute they are losing to teams that they should not be losing to. So Crystal Palace, you don't know what to expect from them. They are not consistent enough. They started the season very well. They pick up a lot of key points at the beginning of the season, and I think those points is going to help them survive the Premier League this season. But lately, the Crystal Palace we have been seeing is terrible to watch. They've not been themselves. They don't create enough chances. They don't take their chances. Yeah, this is not good enough for the league. So Manchester United playing at Old Trafford, I'm going to give them the edge against Crystal Palace. I think they're going to find a way to pick up maximum point, but it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a close one, but I think Manchester United pick up maximum points. It's going to be a good game. For the neutral fan, grab your popcorn, grab your drink, tune into this game. You are going to enjoy watching it. The key to victory for Manchester United going forward against Crystal Palace is going to start with their defensive line. They did a great job against Everton. They made sure that they did not give anything away. Everton kept attacking and attacking. Everton had their chances, their moment, but Manchester United find a way to keep clean sheet against them. The goalkeeper was superb. He was the man of the match against Everton. He had a great game, and you need that going forward against Crystal Palace. This is how you compete for the top 4 race. Manchester United is trying to make sure that they are going to qualify for this Champions League coming up next season. And I think right there, Aston Villa is right above them. I think they can catch Aston Villa. I think they can go above Aston Villa if they can continue this momentum. They can continue picking up maximum points. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. Manchester United are one of the best side right now in the league based on form. They are playing a brand of football that is interesting and entertaining to watch. If you are paying attention to Manchester United, I am enjoying Manchester United game. They are patient. When they build up the attack, they play you direct game. You see the goal they scored against Everton. That one long pass and they are gone. That is what makes them dangerous. And their attacking players are super fast. I'm telling you, these players are fast. The likes of Umpuemo, the likes of Cunha. And also, you saw Sesko. You saw that speed. You saw the way he took off. The defender could not keep up with him. So that speed is what makes Manchester United dangerous on the counter attack. That's why I keep telling team, do not take Manchester United for granted. You can dominate possession. You can play all your passes. You can create all your chances. But once Manchester United catch you on a counter attack, you are going to find yourself. You are going to blame yourself. I am telling you, this attack is there. The Manchester United have the players that can get them this top 4 and qualify them for the Champions League. Their coach, Carrick, is locked in. He's doing his job. Kudos to him. He has come into this side. He has changed the side. You are seeing them picking up key points. Telling you, do not take this team for granted. The likes of Chelsea, the likes of Liverpool, do not take this team for granted. Manchester United is making top 4. I'm telling you, with the way they are playing right now, they are picking and hitting form at the right time. Last 10 games to go. Yeah, this is the time you want to pick up form. This is the last time you want to be picking your stride. This is the last time you want to be in form. You want to be in form going to the last 10 games of the season. And this is where Manchester United have found themselves. This is why they are dangerous. They are in form at the right time of the season. Chelsea, on the other hand, doesn't look like they are in form right now, and that is not what Chelsea want to be dealing with right now. Chelsea need to find themselves. They need to find a way to get back into the race. This top 4 race is going to be an interesting one. I think also the secondary key to victory for Manchester United in a game like this is going to be their offensive line. They have to take their chances. They have to create chances, and I think they are going to be victorious against Crystal Palace. But it's going to make for an entertaining game. Crystal Palace is not going to be a slouch. They are going to be there. They are going to give everything. They are going to be physical. They are going to be direct. We know how Crystal Palace play their football. They are going to use the wing. They are going to use the flank. They are going to capitalize on spaces that are going to be left behind whenever Manchester United go on the counter attack. So it's going to make an interesting game. Their midfield is going to be there, physical, energetic, covering up space. But it's going to make for an interesting game. I look forward to watching this game. How they are going to match up tactically is going to be an interesting one. Do not miss this game. You are going to enjoy watching this game. If you're a neutral fan, if you're a Manchester United fan, you're going to enjoy watching this game. It's going to make for an entertaining one. For the next game and the last game we'll have on our list this weekend, we'll have the game between Arsenal and Chelsea. This is a tale of two sides. Arsenal on one side, great form this season, top of the league, doing their thing. Chelsea on the other hand, inconsistent, playing football like yo-yo. 1 minute it look like they know where they are going, they're winning games, and the next minute they're dropping points from winning position. You see where Chelsea have found themselves this season. I think if Chelsea are just consistent enough, Chelsea will definitely be in the battle for who is winning the league this season. But unfortunately, Chelsea have not been consistent enough. Yeah, you can say they've been injured. You can say, yeah, they've changed managers. But this side, they drop points from winning position, and that is not good enough. Their defense... Okay, take this last game, for example. Chelsea was playing Burnley. You are a one-man down. You brought in 2 centre-back to make sure that you win this game, and yet you still concede goal from corner kick, set piece, after bringing in an extra 2 centre-backs. It's crazy. You cannot let points slip out of your finger. You have to make sure that you capitalize on teams against Burnley. I was watching that first half, and Chelsea kept creating chances upon chances upon chances, but they couldn't take them. At the ending of the game, last minute of the game, Burnley put themselves back in the game 1-1, and that's it. Points gone. This is the story of Chelsea this entire season. Last weekend, it was against Leeds, 2-2 draw. Then, after that, it was 1-1 against Burnley. You cannot drop points from winning position. It is not good enough. Twice they took the lead against Leeds, and they dropped it. Against Burnley, they took the lead, they dropped it. And this is a side that is competing for the top 4 race. Chelsea need to go back to the drawing board. Rosnell, you need to figure this out. Premier League is unforgiving, I'm telling you. And you already know how Chelsea move. They will fire you before you could even think of anything. They will fire you. I am telling you. You have to be consistent enough to pick up key points, especially from winning position. You already winning the game. How are you dropping points in the last minutes of the game? It happened twice already. Do not make it 3 times in a row. Going forward against Arsenal, Arsenal is not going to be an easy side. Arsenal is going to be playing at the Emirates Stadium. This is a place that Arsenal find their joy. This is a place where Arsenal love to play a game. Arsenal love being at home because they know that at home, they are already at least guaranteed a win or a draw at least at home. Arsenal do not lose at home. Arsenal pick up maximum points at home. So going forward, going to that Emirates Stadium, Chelsea have to go above and beyond to pick up points from against Arsenal. You have to do the extraordinary. It is not going to be an easy game for Chelsea. This is going to be one of the most difficult games Chelsea plays this season. And the other end for Arsenal, Arsenal is competing against Manchester City for the league. Arsenal have everything on the line. I think Arsenal is going to have the edge over Chelsea. Both sides played in the Carabao Cup semi-final. We saw Arsenal defeated Chelsea home and away. So Arsenal have this edge over Chelsea. It's so difficult for Chelsea to beat Arsenal for the last few years. And we've been seeing that Arsenal have been dominating these features in this last few years. So Chelsea have to gather their boots, strap it up, and go to war against Arsenal. This game has to be a game that both sides is competing for maximum point. We do not want to have a one-sided game because I already know Arsenal is going to show up. Now, I don't know about Chelsea, but I know Arsenal is going to show up. So which Chelsea are we going to see? Are we going to see the Chelsea that is showing up to fight for maximum point, or are we going to see the same Chelsea we've seen these past 2 weeks that have been dropping points from winning position? Which Chelsea are we going to see this weekend? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. This is a big game. This is a game that can shape where the league is going. But it's up to Chelsea to entertain us, to give us what we want to see. We want to see an entertaining game where both sides are going at it. We do not want to see a one-sided game where Arsenal just dominates the entire 90 minutes. We want to be entertained. And it's up to Chelsea. So let's go with Chelsea. The key to victory for Chelsea in this game is going to start with their defensive line. Chelsea have to be defensively dialed in for 90 minutes. They have to be extraordinary. At this point, they cannot just be ordinary anymore. They have to go above and beyond. If they are to pick up any point in this game, you have to go above and beyond. You have to be extraordinary. You have to make sure that that defense is solidified. You do not give anything away. Fofana picked up a red card last game against Burnley. So we are going to see how this team is going to shape up defensively. You cannot afford to make any mistake. At the beginning of the season, Caicedo was the one marshalling this defensive line. He was helping them, giving them cover. And lately, it's not been the same. What happened to the Caicedo that we saw at the beginning of the season? Bruh, you need to get back on routine. You need to get back there. Get back in form. Cole Palmer has not been consistent enough this season. And that's another reason why Chelsea is struggling. He's been picking up a lot of injuries this season here and there. He's not been able to play a couple of games in a row. Right now, Chelsea need him badly. Chelsea need him to be on form badly, because right now, the current games that Chelsea are going to be going into for the rest of the season, it's not going to be an easy one. Kopama has to be in tip-top shape, have to be physically and mentally available for the rest of the season for Chelsea to make this top four. If Chelsea want to make this top four, yeah, Kopama have to be dialed in. He has to show up and show out. So the secondary key to victory for this game in Chelsea game has to be Chelsea midfield. Primary is going to be their defense, and the secondary is going to be their midfield. Their midfield has to make sure that they give that defensive line enough cover. There's too much injury in that defense, and there's suspension in that defense. That defense is not going to be good enough against Arsenal. So that midfield need to make sure that they protect that defense, give them enough cover, make sure that they are doing enough job to make sure that Arsenal does not just run away with the game. On the other side for Arsenal, the key to victory for Arsenal is going to be the offensive line. Chelsea defense is weakened, so Arsenal has to capitalize on that. Arsenal have to make sure that those chances are being created. Gyökeres scored 2 goals against Tottenham. He had a good game, so he need to build momentum. He need to continue that. Against Chelsea, that defense is going to be weakened. I'm telling you, that defense is going to be weakened. Arsenal have to capitalize. The chances are going to be there. Arsenal have to take their chances. So the primary key to victory for Arsenal is going to be their offensive line. The secondary key to victory for Arsenal is going to be their midfield. They have to create enough chances. They have to give that defensive line some cover. Make sure that Chelsea don't have their own chances. Chelsea don't have any space, and Chelsea doesn't pose any threat. It's going to make for an entertaining game. I think this game is going to be a really, really good one. I cannot wait to see how this game play out. It is going to be a good weekend, guys. I cannot wait. This weekend is going to be entertaining. So much games, so much is happening. I look forward to seeing how all these games play out tactically, especially this game between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's really going to be a good one. The question we have to ask ourselves this weekend is, which Chelsea are we going to see? Are we going to see the Chelsea that is ready to play, that is ready to compete for 90 minutes, or is Arsenal going to run away with this future? Is it going to be a one-sided game? I look forward to seeing how this game play out, guys. We have come to an end of this episode of Review and Preview Show. Guys, please remember to like, remember to share. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to move this platform. Share with your friends, share in your group chat. Like, leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Who are you picking to win this game? Let me know in the comment section. Guys, thank you for another episode. Remember, it's not personal, it's just football, and I'll see you guys next time.